It's a Rise and Thrive breakfast show right on Camnet television. Thank you so much for making time to join us on today's edition of this program. This program, Constance, one thing that I'm getting surprised with is that people are the ones working. I don't know, maybe you, but for me, it's the people that are waking me up now to ask what's coming up on the breakfast show. So it seems people are now waking up with us.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Okay, I haven't really had any cause of someone calling me early in the morning because usually my phone is off up to 5 somewhere there.
No, so, a journalist's phone must never be off. You are on call. You are on call 24/7. Personally, I'm on call any second, any minute. My phone is never off. You try. You call me at 1, I'll answer you. Call me at 02, I'll answer you. Call me any second, I'll answer you. My phone is never off. Imagine if a doctor's phone is off.
So, you know that I'm the one. No, with doctors, I think they have duties and stuff, but with us, usually there is no night shift.
No, there is.
For reporters.
Yes. I mean,
we haven't had a night shift schedule here on Camnet TV.
Many are the times I've gone to cover stories at midnight. I'll give you an example. The Mukula story that I once covered, it was at midnight, where about 13, 14 Mukula trucks were leaving Zambia en route to a destination in containers. And the PF cadres had blocked those containers. And the PF called me at midnight. Come.
And you went?
I was already in Chiranga.
Yeah. Oh, wow, good for you.
Because for me, look, the story where Useko, there was an accident at Useko Market which killed quite some number of people. For me, I was the first journalist at the scene. Even before Ratsa came, even before, I was already at the scene and I was already giving a report at the scene. 19 to 20 hours. The accident just happened, I was already at the scene. I was called, I was very far. I was in Chalala then. How I cruised to find myself at the scene.
You don't even know.
Basically just a passion.
Yeah.
You don't want a story to slip off your hands.
Yeah, I guess it's passion.
But how are you doing?
You look
different. You look different. It seems your second eyes are not with you today.
Yeah, my glasses are being cleaned. They'll be in a few minutes.
A what?
They are being cleaned by one of our, They'll be in after the break, obviously, I'll be wearing them.
They're being cleaned by your secretary.
Yeah.
I remember when you were coming, you were saying Elijah is your secretary. How can you have a male secretary?
It's possible.
Elijah must hear about this, that Elijah is your secretary. Now, today we are expecting.
We're expecting Mr. Tabo Kawana from the Patriotic Front, and he is in the media team. Secondly, we are also expecting the newly elected UPND Lusaka District Chairman, Mr. Sevian Dava. Of course, we are supposed to discuss a range of other issues.
More importantly, the booing of the president, and of course, he was not even booed. All I heard was Zambia forward, Zambia forward, Zambia forward. That's what I was hearing. I never whoa booing is whoa.
So you didn't hear whoa. You heard forward. No, I was hearing forward.
I was just hearing forward.
Yeah, that's of greeting. I don't know. That's what some say.
Yeah, that's. You are in PF and your bingo will come, it will be
Pamaka.
Pamaka. That's a sign of greeting, isn't it? So, if people are
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
They were not there when God created you. The Bible says, I knew you before I placed you in your mother's womb.
Apples and bananas. Working, waiting, this what you've been praying for.
Okay, well, welcome back. Welcome back. We just want to make some tea. You know, it's very cold in here. We just want to make some tea and we continue the program. So I was just announcing that we were supposed to have two guests, one from the PF, the other one from the UPND. But the one from the PF sent me a message at midnight. I don't want to read it because it's more or less private. The contents are private and I don't want to share the contents on air because anything to do with somebody's anyway, what am I even trying to say now? It's private.
Just say it's private.
It's private. So I sent in an apology at midnight that I'm unable to come. At 05 I tried to make phone calls but I can't get through to some PF colleagues to substitute Mr. Kawana. But however, we thank him that he had communicated to us, confirmed that he'll be here. We even advertised. But the other one from the UPND is on his way. This is a beauty with life. You give opportunities to everybody. So if the other one is not available, you go ahead. Congratulations, I can see your eyes are back.
Thank you so much.
The secretary is done cleaning them.
I mean, my secretary is so reliable. I mean, he's doing a very good job. I'm thinking of raising his salary.
So, like, you've got a laundry for glasses also, or what happens?
Let's not talk about my glasses.
You've got a laundry for clothes, you also got a laundry for...
No, but my secretary, basically, he does everything.
All right, but Constance, the big issue here, even as we wait for our guest who's on his way, the big issue right now is the embarrassment that the President of the Republic of Zambia, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, is being exposed to. Firstly, we hear the bicycles. No, the bicycles, they were donated by this country. No, it was Japan. Japan says we are not the ones. No, we apologize. It was not Japan. It was actually India. Now we hear this road deal, the Mazabuka Chaguti. Now, no, it is not Mazabuka. It is in Nigeria. My president apologizes. There's an outbreak of apologies. Honestly, to be honest and to be very candid, why embarrass the president like that?
Yeah. First of all, you know, when I saw that yesterday on Facebook, I was like, wow. this is just out of hand. The people that are managing his page,
Could it be they're working out of frustration? Because even
I don't know whether they have too much work on their hands.
I doubt.
Such
No,
that they can't see.
there's no excuse, man. There's no excuse to that. You look. It's I can make mistakes for your work, yes, not
Yeah,
for the
but not-
president.
yeah.
No. There's no excuse. In fact, if I was President Edgar Chagwalungu, I can be firing people on a single day. Because look, I mean, that's ish. I don't even. This is why even Dickson Jerry, the former presidential affairs spokesperson for Arabi, wrote yesterday and says, I don't like to comment on my colleagues' work because I've been there, I know the pressure. But it's just unforgivable. Every now and then, once we can understand. Look at the statements coming in from State House. You know, with the misspelled sentences, words. What's going on?
Yeah, there's been that issue currently from perhaps State House. The issue of saying one thing and then at some point there will be someone to do damage control. No, the president did not mean this actually.
Could it be
This
that they are deliberately
this
trying
is-
to paint him look like, I don't know. Could it be
I
that
don't know,
some
but
people are working
His
against
Excellency
him?
is a good, humble man. You know, there are people.
Those are
perhaps
in
who-
your words. He's good and humble in your words, but
No,
we don't
but-
know. But
there are people perhaps who are trying to paint him black, but I mean, can't he see? I mean, is it not too much for him to see now?
Look, here, I mean, Nangutapasoswa sure. You, I mean, look, no. We are not talking about President Lungu here. We are talking about his handlers, the ones who are embarrassing him. So it's not the president to be annoyed here because the president doesn't write anything. Let's be clear here. President Edgar Lungu doesn't write a statement. Yes, he can go through and say this statement, yes, it can go, maybe. The president does not write anything. No, colleagues, I'm now in Monze. When he says I'm in Monze, it's not him saying it. It's
There's someone writing
it's
it for him.
somebody out there who's writing. No, the president, I'm in Monze.
Yeah.
You know, Kalan working like President Lungu. I'm in Monze, monitoring this. But now you get, I don't know whether it's incompetency. I mean, look, it's practically not just possible. State House has got Edmo Analyzer. He's a photographer, State House photographer. State House has got Thomas Insama. State House
There's
has
also Zanis.
State House has got what's his name? This brother of mine, the presidential photographer. What's his name again? Yeah, I've even forgotten his name. State House has got Zanis. When I say State House has got Zanis, because Zanis is government.
Yeah.
So Zanis is connected to State House in any case. Zanis is more government than even Zarembisi. You know? Zanis is literally everywhere in this country. Why get a foreign picture from Nigeria? Does it mean the Nigerian road looked so nice that they can use it on the Zambian?
You know, I
can't
was
get it.
thinking perhaps they're trying to paint him black because, you know, when you are posting something on Facebook, there's a process, there's the issue of looking for a picture which you want to post. So now I was thinking, so how did they arrive at this picture? Was that Nigerian picture already in the archives for Zambia?
No.
I mean, it was obviously on the internet.
Obviously.
Someone went and sat on a computer or on their
And
phone
downloaded.
and
I mean, this is why I'm saying, honestly
and
speaking.
downloaded the picture and posted it.
And actually, that's an
Balembapo.
offense. That's an offense.
Yes, it is.
Plagiarism. You are
Plagiarism.
stealing. You can't even credit to say this picture. No.
And then it has been taken down. I laughed after they
And the president had to clarify. The same handler, the one who posted that picture.
yeah. went
Because
and
it's not
said-
President Lungu.
No,
but
no.
we are saying President Lungu because that is his official page. It is his official page. So we are taking it's President Lungu who lied to the nation. That is his page. My page, if I give it to somebody to manage it, then it's me.
Yeah.
So whatever is on that page, if I mislead you, I've misled the whole. It's me who's misleading you, not anybody else. So in this particular case, we don't know who writes, but we know that that is President Edgar Lungu's page. So the president lied to to this nation, to the Zambian people, that the Mazabuka road was looking so nice, and yet the road in
It's not
question
even in
is from
Zambia.
Nigeria.
You know one interesting thing? the Patriotic Front have always been saying, Sonta Womba.
Right.
Now, how come via Sonte Potaba Bombe?
That's the thing. And you know, the problem here is that we sound political, but this is not
No, but
political.
this is the truth.
This is not political. Those are their slogans. Sontopo wa bomba. And they went to Sonta elsewhere po bombira Nigeria, not po bombira Zambia. I mean, look, come on. We are told every single day that roads have been constructed everywhere.
I mean, even the Lumumba road is under construction.
That's the thing.
They couldn't go there and film Shua Mwebant. Huh?
Now what is coming out is even with the fish whatsoever you're talking about, it's showing, it's in a different Jerusalem, Mwakutuko. It's not even in Zambia. But why do you want the appetite to cheat and say these are our works? Why? I feel offended as Kalan Mchima when I do some works. Then I find my work on a different, maybe somebody just copied and pasted.
Yeah.
Many of the times I've seen my works somewhere, and people have got no courtesy of just saying, this is courtesy of Chakut. Here at Camnet TV, I'll tell you for sure that I credit each and every story. If it's from the BBC, I'll say, this is not our story, this is BBC. I've credited yesterday, I'm very proud to say, even yesterday, I used a Zamfoot story, the Parts on Dhaka story. I had to credit. I'm not ashamed. It's not my story.
Yeah, sometimes we get stories from Smart Eagles.
And we credit Smart Eagles. We credit them. This is according to Patriotic Front PF-sponsored Facebook page, Smart Eagles. We credit always. And I want them to challenge us that we don't do that. It's not our work. Smart Eagles took time to work. People are paid for that. It's not me who was paid for it.
We can't just copy and paste.
So I'll credit this story is coming from Smart Eagles. I was not there. They were there. So why should I say this is a Camnet TV story? It's not. So I'll credit the source. But why shouldn't you also credit that, yes, we are talking about Zambian roads, but the road in question that we've shown
the picture
here
is not Zambia.
is as for illustration's sake, it's from Nigeria.
I would have said this is what we want to do as well.
Oh, come on. By now, heads could have been rolling.
Let's look at another...
But the guest is already in the studio, but you can finish your thought, then we'll invite
so
him
let's
later
look at
on.
another aspect here. Could it be that, this issue of wanting to get credit all the time, wanting to be praised for doing something, perhaps that's the thing, because lately we have seen the ruling, posting pictures of what they have achieved so far. We did this and this for you, we did this and this for you. So in the end, they ended up...
No, but the key thing, Constance, that you've already said is, so on top of but you need to saunter. There's nothing wrong in sauntering where you worked, not where you did not work. Please, that road, they never... But I've seen the same picture. Maybe that the person who took that shot must be commended and awarded, because Malawi is also claiming that is their picture. What's wrong even in Malawi. But there's some good workmanship on that road. Even the thickness, not with my roads,
you
which
can tell, the thickness of the road. You can tell. Perhaps that's the reason why.
Perhaps it's showing that it's a good road. It's maybe that smooth. It's looking so nice, and whilst our roads here, we construct them 1 year down the line, we are already ripping them off. We're exposed to, look, here's the thing. Quite all right, we understand that that project was within the defect liability period. When it's damaged within that specific period, government has got no cost to do, but it's on the cost of the contractor. They'll tell you, okay, here's the road. If this road gets damaged within this period, what they call a defect liability period, window, you, the contractor, have to redo the road. But now, look, a person like me, this is where I've not even done any report about that. This is where it gets interesting. Where the engineers, they certified that road fit, everything was okay. I toured that road with Bowman Lusambo when it was being constructed. Bowman is not an engineer. Lusambo is not an engineer. We were there and he was all over praising people on the same road, the dual carriageway. This is good workmanship and stuff and blah, 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 blah. Right. As journalists, of course, we don't construct roads. We wrote stories. Then there's the road, they are ripping it out. I know they had put a lot of manenekera. Honestly, you guys, that's the story. Honestly,
Yeah, so man, it's
there's some kind of playfulness, and
yeah,
we should not be
people
playful.
should be serious.
People should
it's
be
a country
serious.
we are running, not some jokes or a family or anything. It's a country, for crying out loud. Do you know how embarrassing it is when we hear that on BBC or CNN that the Republican president
joke.
copied and pasted? Are you serious?
It's a joke. You cannot have such kind
No,
of a
we
thing
can't.
happening. I mean, you are embarrassing the president. I mean, look, politics aside, you are embarrassing the president. Not only are you embarrassing, as Constance is saying, our colleagues from the West would take advantage of that. You know how the BBC will just look for that, CNN, just that. Have you ever seen stories that go on such platforms? The poverty one, the anger ones. They want to
Embarrassing stuff, that's what they get.
Now imagine to say the whole globe out there that the Zambian presidency steals a foreign picture of a road. Oh, come on. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, our guest will be on the set. Mr. Xavier Ndaba is already in the studio, and this is the new Lusaka province, Lusaka district chairman. Congratulations on your election.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Mr. Ndaba.
Thank you, Connie. Thank you so much.
I didn't know that she's Connie.
He's the only man who calls me Connie here in Lusaka, apart from my family somewhere. So I'm
in
like,
Lusaka, so she's Connie. Connie, do you know what? In this studio, the roof now what holds the ceiling and the wall. Do you know what's called?
Karen, those are called cornices. They are not Connie.
Connie
Those are called
is a
cornices.
name for a human
Cornices.
being.
Those are
called
cornices.
cornices. It's actually, when it's one, it's a cornice.
Cornice. Yes, son, it's also a connie, isn't
So
it?
where's the relationship?
The
Yeah,
relationship
where's
is
the
that it's
relationship?
also a connie. So you want to embarrass me as though you know these things. More than I do, right? So Xavier, thank you so much for waking up early in the morning to join us on the set. Now, your party has come under fire.
Sure.
That you booed the president. We've heard in Parliament also yesterday the issue was raised up by Dr. Martin Malama. We've seen people holding rallies just to say you should apologize.
Don't come here.
Don't
This is a
come
no-go
here.
area.
This is not go area. You can't step on the copper belt. You can't step in Lusaka.
You can't go to Northwestern.
We shall break your bones. What's going on? Why did you boo the president
Yes,
for Christ? He's
perhaps
already
that's
got
the question.
a lot of issues to do with the clarifying about the pictures. Now you people, you're also booing him. What's
Why are
wrong
you
with
like
you
that?
people?
First and foremost, good morning to the viewers, and thank you, Callan, for according me this opportunity to be amongst you guys on the breakfast show.
Right.
Yeah, it's my first time to be at Camnet TV. I can see it's wonderful.
Thank
I
you.
should commend that, yes. To me, I think it wasn't bullying, really. That's politics. That was just politics at play. If a stone was thrown, then we could have said UPND should apologize. And actually the culprits brought to book. But it's every citizen's right to raise their political symbol. I wish the other colleague was here. I would have stood up with him and said, can you raise your Patriotic Front symbol, and I also raise my UPND symbol. Then we see who has insulted who. So it was within their rights, isn't it? If anything, they should blame it on Edify Hamkali, because Edify Hamkali said, can you all turn up in numbers? And people turned up in numbers. They turned up in numbers. They expressed what they felt.
Turn out in numbers to do what? To welcome the president?
To come and see the president.
So
but
now-
how should Ed be blamed for telling people to welcome the president?
Because now there's a blame to say people raised their
So
party
now he's
symbol,
wrong for
isn't it?
telling people to come and welcome His Excellency?
He's the one they should blame. Because he told people to come, and people came.
And they ended up...
They expressed their freedoms. What's wrong with that? In the first place,
But,
the
but
Patriotic
look,
Front.
the question here is, okay, why didn't you just stay home and not go there? Then you go there, you start.
No, that's I think that was freedom of assembly.
You know, I mean, it's
That
good.
was freedom of assembly, isn't it? In another way, those people were actually trying to convey a message. I don't see any reason why the PF should have started running like headless chickens because of the booing and because of the raising.
So you
of-
agree that was the booing? They booed him.
Did they?
But you're the one who just said that they should
I said people were raising their what?
that they shouldn't be running like headless chickens because of the booing.
But what's wrong with the booing?
So they
So
booed
there
him.
was booing.
You agree that they booed him?
They booed him. I've heard that. I never saw it, but I've heard that he was booed. But the only video that I saw was people raising their
Mr.
symbol
Ndaba,
and shouting forward, 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 forward. That's what I saw. Because booing, when you say booing, can you express booing constantly?
no, but you are confusing me because you are again accepting and you are saying no. You are part of the UPND.
Yes,
you
I am.
have the information perhaps on your fingertips more than we could. I mean, you were in the part. What
Okay.
really happened? Was the president
What caused
booed,
that?
or there was just the greeting, the forward symbol? Sorry.
If the boo, I've heard the booing on social media, but the thing I saw was people raising their party symbol, of course the patriotic, I mean the UPND symbol, and shouting forward, isn't it? And there's nothing wrong with that. That was politics at play,
But
and it should be accepted.
But
it should be accepted.
No, it shouldn't be accepted. Mr. Xavier, I'll tell you one thing. It's like when Hakainde Hichilema went into Matero,
Yes.
we heard that the same thing happened. He was booed, he was jeered. But why should Xavier go into my territory, which I regard as my territory, and booed and stuff? Why can't I be allowed to move? Why didn't your cadres also wait for the president to be out of there? I mean, is it an issue of competition?
Kalan, I'll tell you one thing. Despite being a cadre, the president is the Republican president. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yes. So despite being cadres of the UPND, they have expectations from the president. Are we together? They have their own expectations from the president. And I'm sure that expression was a way of maybe communicating to the president that we are not happy
With what?
with the way you are governing our country, with the way you are looking after us as your citizen in the country. Because if for example, those people in the southern province, even here in Lusaka, even me, where would I get the president? Where would I get a chance to meet the president and tell the president that, Mr. President, I'm not happy about ABCD? Where? Recently, we had an issue of the likes of Chela, Biflo, because they came out in the media. That's when they were accorded a chance to speak to the powers that be. And that shouldn't be the case. But we need to have a deliberate thing going on where we engage every citizen in a particular way. But again, it's wrong. You see, in the first place, look at it, let's look at it from where it began from, isn't it? Again, whatever might have transpired there could have been triggered by the fact that before the president went into that area, UPND Vitenges, UPND billboards were being what? Brought down. Was that right, Kalan? I need an answer from you.
No, I can't answer. I mean, neither Constance can
Okay,
answer.
you are a citizen. You are a citizen, isn't it?
I don't know. Because I see PF Chitenges in Lusaka everywhere.
Exactly.
They are there.
There's
so I
PF
don't know.
Chitenge in there. What's wrong with having a PF Chitenge alongside a UPND Chitenge, alongside an NDC
So who was
Chitenge?
removing your Chitenges?
It's Patriotic Front,
But you-
with the help of the state police.
But you know it's just wrong, whether it's a UPND or a PF Chitenge. What should be flying is a Zambian flag. Why, all of you, why PF, why UPND? I mean, why are you creating territories?
We are not creating territories. Everyone is free to brandish their regalia
To
anywhere.
where? Not to put them on
Treetops or something.
On Twitter. But why do we have
That's why
Chitenge
I'm
things
telling you that
and-
it's also wrong for the
It's
PF.
part of advertising.
No.
It's part of advertising,
I mean,
Kalam.
that's what words, that's menacing. I mean, you cannot have your two-party regalias put literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
In as much as
No.
it might be a menace, isn't it?
No.
In as much as it might be a menace, isn't it? The Patriotic Front, being the party that is in government, should play a big brother role. They should play a big brother role. What I'm trying to say is, what is wrong for everyone should be wrong for everyone.
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
You see,
It is wrong for all of you.
It should be wrong for everyone. So
You,
it
the
shouldn't be wrong.
UPND, should not cry foul. What the police did, they should also do it here in Lusaka. They should go
Exactly.
and remove also the PF.
Exactly.
That's
They
what I'm
should
saying.
do that.
So now,
if anything, before the president stays in Lusaka, isn't it? The president stays in Lusaka. The intourists that escorted the president to Southern Province, they all stay in Lusaka. That exercise should have begun in Lusaka. Of removing the Vitenge and the like everywhere. Should have started in Lusaka, going into Southern Province. Then we could have said, yes, this is a fair what? This is a fair game. But they left Lusaka, left it intact, and they went to Southern Province, where they started removing UPND,
Yeah, but I meant-
UPND billboards, bringing down anything that is UPND.
But
Which
I
is
mean-
wrong.
I maintain
We are
that
in a
even-
Kalan, we are in a democratic state, and everyone is free to express themselves within the confines of the law. But as long as it gets outside the law, then that's a problem. But if it's within the confines of the law, then we are good to go. So the removal of those things by the police, especially UPND regalia, it was wrong. Yes, it might not be right, but it should have also started from here in Lusaka. Right now, if you walk the streets of Lusaka, there's Chitenge, there's a PF Chitenge flying all over.
this is what I'm saying. It is wrong for the UPND to mount Chitenges as a symbol of flags. You can put them, yes, it's understandable at your party office, either in Monze, in Jigankata, or anywhere. You can put it at your party office. Yes, it's understandable. It is wrong to go and put it at the market. It is wrong for the PF to mount it at Mavitenges, at Tumantembas. It is wrong, regardless of who's doing it. Let's call a spade a spade. Whether it's the PF, it's the UPND doing this, this is not a territory for the PF. This is not a territory for the UPND. This is a Zambian territory. All what you're supposed to see is a Zambian flag flying high.
Indeed, Kalan. But I'm mentioning a but. Is it right for ministers, for PF cadres, to mention that so and so should never come to this area? So and so, this is a no-go area for so and so. Is it right? In a democratic state like Zambia, is it right?
All right, let's open
And
the phone
how
lines.
do we expect
All
to
right,
harmonize these
you
situations?
said your point. Let's open up the phone lines. Constance, let's engage the viewers also. We hear what they have to say.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello, good morning.
morning.
You are through the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Your names and where you're calling us from?
I'm Grant Kapiololo, calling from Kanyama.
All right, go ahead with your contribution.
I think there was no problem of raising up a hand and saying forward, forward. I think if there was any problem of stoning our president, shouting for him, that was going to be a problem to our people in Monze. But we were just shouting forward, forward. Unless they broke the laws that were even putting some tires, putting fire there, then that was going to be wrong. But there was not anything like that. They were just raising up their hands.
Right.
That's the way of welcoming him when I think even if you have someone whom you don't know, whom you don't love, and he enters your house, you cannot just say, I don't want you to go. You allow him to come and then you start telling him, this is what you are doing is not good, this is what you are doing is not good. But there was no problem on that.
Right.
Coming to the price of PF Vitenge, it's all over Zambia. All over Zambia. Even wherever any bush in cities, Vitenge are there. And it was so wrong to see, to take out the Vitenge for UPND. Then what was that?
Right.
That was not good.
Okay.
I think even in the way our policemen, I don't know if PF leaders, that was not good. They are supposed to start in Lusaka.
Yes.
Wherever they go, they take out the things for PF. Then that was going to be good.
All right. Thank you so much.
That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. Constance, let me leave you with Mr. Xavier to discuss. I want to make arrangements if I can get hold of Tabo Kawana, because whether either on Zoom or via what, let me leave you on the set. Right. I just have to get hold of Mr. Tabo Kawana because he's supposed to be here. At the end of the day, the viewers out there will be thinking like we're only giving an opportunity to the UPND and we don't want to give him an opportunity. But as I mentioned, we invited all of them, him and Mr. Tabo Kawana from the PF, and they all confirmed at midnight. Mr. Tabo Kawana sent me a message apologizing that he'll be unable to make it because he's attending to something private and I don't want to share it. So, where he is, I know by now he can talk. So let me leave you, Constance. You can continue the discussion. Let me just make arrangements and see if I can get hold of Mr. Tabo Kawana. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so Ms. Tandara, I asked this and I'll ask it again. Are you just saying this because it's politics you are trying to play?
He's saying what, Connie?
That, the way he's calling me Connie. No, Kalan Muchima, you end up apologizing for that statement.
Unfortunately, I'm not one of those
You end up apologizing, my friend.
He's the one who's making fun of my president. No, they're posting Nigerian photos. You know, the opposition seem to be having fun. They're having a field day.
All
right.
Yeah, so, yes, I was saying over the same booing thing, you are in the opposition.
Yes.
Imagine this, if you were government, if you were the Patriotic Front or UPND, perhaps if you win elections next year, you are in government.
Yes.
You go to Northern Province or Eastern Province, Hagainde Hichilema is booed. Or there are people just chanting, Pamaka, Pamaka, we want change, we want change. How would you react to this situation?
Connie, the honorable thing to do for me, the way the way I'm looking at it, not even from a political perspective, just from an ordinary citizen's perspective. When you find this, you go to a particular area and there's some resentment, it means people are trying to communicate to you about something. You understand?
Yes.
So the honorable thing to do is to find out what is it that they are trying to say. What is it that they're trying to communicate? You should not see everything wrong in the way other people communicate with you. When you find there's resentment, find out where the resentment is coming from. To me, I think the honorable thing to do for the president, his entourage, and his ministers, they could have just like, okay, we've gotten the message. I think there's something we are not doing right. Let's find out what it is and address it. It was unlike fighting the booing thing. I mean, we are a country that is in a mess, and we need serious solutions. We cannot have people, ministers, members of the Patriotic Front getting busy with the booing thing. I mean, that's petty. There are more serious issues that need attention of the citizens. There's unemployment. Just now, Connie, if I'm to tell you, do find out the statistic, go into the compound and find out how many people have committed suicide because of the current state of the situation that we are in, the current state of our economy. A lot of people have committed suicide. A lot of young people have committed suicide because they cannot survive in this harsh economic situation. So those are the issues people would have been troubled themselves with, isn't it? You go into town, companies are closing down, shops are closing down. We've got the mines in the copper belt that are under care and maintenance. Those are the things the government, the president, his ministers should have been bothering themselves with. How are we going to create employment with these youths? How are we going to make our people, the barber shops, the salons, survive after this COVID thing? Those are the things they should have been preoccupied with. The Boeing, yes, it's there, but it's nothing. It's not of any substance, Connie.
Okay, before I ask you another question, I've been looking at your ring for quite some time now. Can you just do this? Yes,
Connie.
Do you follow Siawan or do you even know him?
I don't even know him and I don't follow him.
I've been looking at your ring. I was like,
follow
okay,
him.
this ring looks familiar with the Siawano.
This ring was bought for me by my wife.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's good. You know, it looks like the Siawan type, you know, for those who were mentioned.
And for some time, I haven't been using it. Ever since the Siawan thing came, I was like, wow.
Because it looks just like that.
Really?
So I was like, this man is even sitting next to me. Okay. All right.
It was bought to me by my wife.
Okay,
yeah?
that's good. Good.
Sure,
It's a very good one, actually.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you have heard the threats from the Patriotic Front. So far, don't come into Lusaka. I don't know because I mean Hakainde Hichilema stays here.
Lusaka.
So don't go to Northwestern. Don't go to Copper Belt.
Connie, that's not the way we need to do politics. Politics is not about threats. Politics is service to people. When you are politicians, you are elected, people expect a service from you. Politics is not about intimidating each other. Just yesterday, for your own information, no wonder yesterday I was like, anyway, that aside.
No. Can you just continue? Feel free.
Yes. No wonder yesterday I was like, I was looking for your number. When I said, can I have your number? You know what happened yesterday?
No.
Our colleagues in Kanyama had a funeral, and they were burying yesterday.
Oh yeah, yes.
They were burying yesterday. They drove all the way from Kanyama to come and bury here in Matero at Chingwere Cemetery. Whilst they were burying, PF cadres came in 2 buses. They started hammering, smashing windows for the vehicles. More than 10 vehicles were damaged yesterday at Chingwere Cemetery. I was leaving Matero Police, I think, around 20 hours. Giving statements, the police taking pictures.
And you are sure that you'll get justice over that? Forget it. All right, Tabakawana.
Definitely, there will be no justice.
Tabakawana is on the line.
Okay.
Mr. Tabakawana is on the line. Mr. Kawana, good morning.
Good morning, Karen. Good morning, guests.
All right. Mr. Tabo, we understand that you are unable to come through to the station today. You are supposed to be in the studios, but we are glad that we can join with you via telephone.
Thank you very much, and my apologies once again for not making it to the studio.
No, we understand. What you are attending to is very important. We understand. Now, Mr. Kawana, we wanted you to be here because of one issue. Your party claims that President Edgar Lungu was booed in Monze, and the UPND are saying we never booed the head of state. And what triggered that, what you are hearing is that the police in the company of PF cadres went to remove the party legalia for the UPND. That's what triggered that, and nobody was ever beaten. So what is the cry all about coming from the Patriotic Front?
Firstly, there is no cry from the Patriotic Front. I think what you are seeing are statements coming from our structures, you know, our cadres and our youth. This is normal and expected in politics. If a leader goes somewhere and is not received well, or maybe let's say we are overwhelmed, as the case was in Monze, where the president was shown the UPND symbol, and you know, all these things happened there. Of course, you expect young people to react. But as a party, have you heard our Secretary General react to say anything in those lines? That is normal in a democracy.
But Mr. Tabo...
Monze is the UPND stronghold, okay? So, the president was in Monze. In Monza, all MPs are UPND, all councillors are UPND, the council chairperson is UPND. So it is a UPND homestead. And you would expect such, that you have people showing you the UPND symbol saying this is our area. It is expected. But of course our young people felt aggrieved or agitated to a point where they started saying, no, we shall revenge and all that. But that's normal in politics. It's part of the democracy.
All right. You are saying it's the structures, the junior in the structures who are complaining. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, that the Minister of Information has condemned that act. Honorable Doris, if you listen even to the ZMBC main news this morning, Honorable Doris has condemned in the strongest terms what happened in Monze, and Honorable Syria.
Lusambo says
I'm coming to all those. You know, Honorable Doris, the chief government spokesperson, we've heard this statement from the MP for Kanchivia in Parliament yesterday. He spoke about it. He said that should be condemned in the strongest terms. Honorable Boma Lusambo has equally said he's condemned that, and we are now seeing where you as a party are saying you are drawing boundaries. Like I can borrow the words of Honorable Lusambo, where he said, look, UPND has drawn the battle lines in terms of political battle lines. They will not step in Northern. They will not step in the Copper Belt. They will not step in including Lusaka province, where the same UPND president lives. He will not step into Lusaka. Now, why are you creating, if there's nothing to cry about, why creating now these political boundaries?
I'll tell you, number one, I do not speak for the party. But number two, I'll tell you, number one, I do not speak for the party. But number two, I'll tell you that as far as I am concerned, as Tavo Kawana, really what transpired in Monza, there is nothing wrong with that. It's part of democracy. It is their strong, it's UPND's strong state. So if we are going to have a minister, Lusambo, saying, for example, that the battle lines have been drawn, I want to believe he's speaking for himself. Which battle lines? Drawn against what? In any democracy, that's what happens. There are two things that happen when you're a leader and you step out in public. You get a signal of
positive
approval,
feedback
or you get
or
a
negative
signal of disapproval. And also you may get the third one, which would be a signal to show you where you are.
Right.
So if you are in an area which is a stronghold for a certain particular party, they will show you that you are here. This is where we are. It is a normal thing in democracy. I don't know why we're making a big issue out of it, but I'll tell you that really what transpired in Monza is nothing out of the ordinary. Anywhere you go in this country or in the world, there are people that will approve of you or disapprove of you, depending on the area you are going to. And for me, what even sort of irritates me is that we are even missing the bigger picture. The president was in Monza to do a very good thing. He was in Monza to hand over houses to our men and women in uniform. And you know that in the history of this country, our prison warders have not had accommodation. They were living among the prisoners, and that is why we had the saying that a prison warder is a prisoner. But there you are, prison warders are being given proper accommodation countrywide. That's what is important. It was also important in Monza that the president handed over land to the Catholic Church for them, that they need to build a cathedral, which they got part of it from the Ministry of Home Affairs. That was important. But we go and focus on a corner of people showing a symbol of UPND. What is that? So what if they show you a symbol of UPND? It's a UPND symbol. What do you expect? Did you expect people to show you a PF symbol there? It's not correct. You people, come on, let's move our country to levels where we can engage in politics that will drive development and drive us forward than pettiness. As far as I'm concerned, we won't talk about Monza's petty.
Right, well put. But where does this put the unit of the country, Mr. Tavo Kawana? Where now we are hearing senior members of government like Bowman Sam, who is the minister, saying you can't step here, you can't step there. Where does this put the unit of this country?
It threatens the unity of the country. And Hello?
We are listening. We are with you, Mr. Kawana.
Yes. It threatens the unity of the country. And to say the least, my minister's statement is irresponsible. You cannot talk like that. You cannot begin to divide the country and say, you can't come here and come there. It is not correct. I think let's move forward. Politics aside, we are one Zambia, one nation, and we are competitors in politics. So if, for example, a leader of an opposition goes in a stronghold where my party is very strong, ours is not to hinder them, ours is not to stop them, ours is to show them our symbol, ours is to show them that this is a PF stronghold, ours is when they put up their hands to show their symbol, we put back our hands to show our symbol, to show them that no, here is us. This is democracy. But not to say you are not welcome here, you can't come here, we have crossed the country here. That is disunity. And those jokes cannot be tolerated. And I just want to caution leaders, both sides of the debate. We can't operate like that. We can't have each time we have a small difference. You can't do that. This thing is supposed to be that democracy must thrive everywhere we go. And if you feel that in Moses outshine, well, let them come to our area. We shall outshine them. If anything, if I were the one speaking for my party, I would have shown the country that we are different from us. As the opposition comes in our area, they even win what? They campaign freely, they even win what? Because that's who we are. We are Democrats. We believe in democracy.
Right.
You know, wow, you can't even win a what? You can't even campaign, you can't even move because they stop you. That's how you take it. But not for us to say, no, revenge. Revenge what? What happened?
Right. As we let you, Mr. Kawan, Mr. Seve, you come back. You've had a field day without him. He was also supposed to be here. But as we let you, Mr. Kawan, to concentrate on the important matter you are
I just wanted to come up with something before he leaves.
Before he leaves? No, I'll give you an opportunity. Your colleague wants to chat with you, but we'll give you that opportunity. But lastly, we're also discussing the issue of, you know, as a party, you are in the media team of the PF. Now, you don't speak for the presidency. We accept that. You also don't speak on behalf of the party. We accept that. But what is going on within the party where now the president's page is being, I mean, how do you receive it as those in the media where every now and then you have to defend lines? You get to roads, you are always saying that we are working here, we are doing roads. Why would you as a party then start getting roads from elsewhere and planting them on the president's page and saying, this is what we are doing as a country? And yet that is not what you are doing.
Okay. So, to start with, I want to make it very clear, Colin, that I'm also no longer in the media team.
Okay.
I am a member of the Patriotic Front, but I'm not in the media team. I'm doing something else within the party.
All right.
Now,
okay.
To put it into context, it is very wrong for what has transpired in the last week, where you know, pictures gotten from other countries are posted on the president's page to show that this is what we are doing. What is correct to state is that we are doing the roads. And these are roads that you can feel, you can drive on. You go to Southern Province, you go to Eastern Province, you know that, for example, when you're going to Eastern Province, immediately you cross the Ruangwa Bridge, all the way to Chipata, from Nyimba to Chipata. It's a smooth drive all the way. Beautiful road. You know that when you're going to Mazabuka now, it is no longer Heora. That is why Gary Combo is no longer in the news, because we have curtailed that, and the road is smooth. So it is correct to say we have done our road. It is incorrect to begin to show images of roads elsewhere and claim that these are our roads. That is wrong, and whoever is doing that with the Facebook page of the president ought to be fired, so that you have other people who are supposed to do the correct thing. Because when you do that, you are literally saying that the president is telling his people lies, which is not correct.
Right.
So let's not have a situation where you now begin to, the next thing you know, someone will take a picture of Dubai and say this is wrong, because they just want to impress people. That is not correct. We have the road. I don't know why people are saying less. We have the infrastructure that they need to put there so that the people are able to see. If I drive you example from Eastern Province, have you seen how beautiful the Petauke hospital looks? Okay? If you are driving from wherever, if you are coming into Lusaka from the Copper Belt, you see how beautiful the roads look. You can get all those images and put them there. There's nothing wrong. But to begin to import images of other countries and say this is what we're doing and attach those to the president, that is incorrect. I would ask that whoever is doing that ought to be fired.
Mr. Tawa uterira ati ni image ya nyoko. Mr. Seve, you wanted to talk to Mr. Kawana?
Mr. Kawana, good morning, my good friend.
Good morning, Wayne.
Good. Yeah, talking to Saviors here from UPND.
Yes, Mr. Seve.
Yes. Yeah, Bowman Lusambo said he's going to revenge over the debacle that happened in Monze. And then yesterday we had a UPND member passed on, and they were burying yesterday in Chingwere. And suspected PF cadres came to the cemetery and smashed more than 10 vehicles belonging to UPND members. Don't you think the statements that are made by the likes of Bowman Lusambo are the ones that trigger such kind of things? Suffice to say that I'm so happy that you are speaking from a sober point of view. I like your contribution. But I would like you to comment over what transpired yesterday where 10 vehicles were smashed. This is as a result of the statement that Bowman Lusambo made to say...
All right, I'm sure he has said. I'm sure he has said.
Sure.
Yes, I cannot attribute that behavior to the statement of my minister.
Okay.
To start with, you are correctly saying that those are suspected. Until you and me sit down and confirm that these are PF cadres, then I can come in and say something from our political party point of view that our cadres did this. But as far as I'm concerned, you are correctly saying they are suspected. Even me, where I'm seated here, I'll tell you that I suspect they are your own people. So I cannot know that. So until we know and we confirm that these are PF cadres, then we can now say this is what we need to do. What we have condemned is that the statement by Minister Lusambo, for example, to say this is a no-go area, that is incorrect. That we have condemned. That we have said a leader cannot speak like that. Because you are a member of parliament, you are a minister in government, and you ought to speak a language that unites the country, and not a...
All right.
You lost him.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was Mr. Tawa Kawana, a member of the Patriotic Front. He has clarified that he's now no longer in the media team, but Mr. Kawana was in the media team of the Patriotic Front. And of course, Lami Kamanga says, watching you from Mufrila. Thank you so much. Ricky Rose says, Kabwe is here. We appreciate. Ricky Rose also comes in, Organ says, okay, love, loving it. Something like that. Thank you so much. Doreen Chanda says, following. Thank you so much, Doreen. And Bewe Franco, the head of a state, knows no stronghold. He's the father of the nation. He went there for national duties, not for campaigns. And of course, thank you. Kawana is a very mature person. Thank you so much. Interesting discussion. That's Kaiza Njamba. Elizabeth Chima says, watching from Kitwe. Thank you so much, Kitwe, for your time. Rogers Simu Choba, indeed very interesting. Thank you so much. And of course, Herbert Banda says, Kawana, you are a true Zambian. God bless you, sir. And of course, watching from Chinyuni, that's Muvanga, something like that. Lame Kamanga watching from Mufrila. Okay, we end there. Mr. Xavier.
I think, first and foremost, I would like to appreciate the colleagues' contribution. It's very, very sober, and I like that. That's how it ought to be. I wish Bowman Lusambo would take that suit and put it on. And, you know, these statements, let's look for things that unite us more than those that divide us. You know? Politics...
More especially that we are just from commemorating... we are from commemorating the Unity Heroes
Day, yes,
on the 6th and 7th.
Exactly. So, yeah. You know, we should embrace more things that unite us more than those that divide us. You know, for especially for Bowman Lusambo, he must know he's a minister. He should leave politics petty politicking. He's a policy maker, for crying out loud. So this petty politics, you should leave it out. We expect such kind of languages coming from guys from City Market, not from a minister. He's a policy maker. He's got a bigger picture to look at. It shouldn't come from a minister to say, this is a no-go area for so-and-so. We had, in the past elections, we had people throwing stones at the chopper that was carrying HH. The condemnation there was very little or nothing. That was good. It wasn't. We've got various issues that are negative.
If you want to know who was there, I'm a good witness because I experienced that firsthand, and I was in the thick of things then as a reporter. So when the chopper was almost being brought down, so I was in Shiwangandu by then.
Those are the things that I'm talking about. That incident in Shiwangandu, and I'm happy that Kawana has actually concurred with my sentiments to say that was just politics at play. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And moreover, when you are a leader, you should never expect positives.
All right. At this stage, let us push in some few phone calls and of course hear what the people are saying also at home. I noticed when I went upstairs, there was a queue of people wanting to participate on the program. So let's allow and push in a few phone calls here and there and discuss with you, our colleagues back home, and hear what you're saying. Constance?
Yes, I was looking at time. I think we're running out of time. Why is time moving so fast today?
Yeah, maybe because we are having fun. Though
it's interesting. So I was looking
secretary. My secretary just walked in. Can you help me? Can you help me? Just make me a cup of tea for Mr. Yes, thank you. That's thumbs up. Thank you.
Right,
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. And how are you?
Very well, thank you, sir. Kindly tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Chitwe. I'm Pastor Charles Mwenga.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, my contribution is I want to speak to our leader, Bowman Musambo. Yes. So the program the way Bowman Musambo we bomba the window. They know we like to contribute if you choose ya kweba chauna una Sunday. Imwe mwali jamira ufichifukushi. Ichifukushi tachitwala pantanchi. Ichifukushi chona ulafe isonde. Ukubomba mulebomba bwino lero ichichotre takonze twali chikondebe cha tukaba president besu bakateka cyo balebomba bwino nomba lero onchali tukalibalero birabonjo umubiri ukutungula abantu.
Right. But Pastor, niba naba tukire bakateka.
Ba ku Southern Province uko umonde.
Mwaliza mfwa kwa naba tukaba bakateka. Iyo takwali amabwe we can confirm takwali poneri bwe nangula limo.
Mukwai eromba trimbwa kali ba president besu bari speaker to win. Icho bonzo chile tukalipa de chimofe chile tukalipa kuchapeva. Iyo ba tikeka wino kimojo tule kalipa kwa chama rai ila ifwe. Amara itilera no mwapita chile tukalipa. So abasira bena kuchwa kalipe dofi.
Ndiba mira sama bwe.
Ogo chile tukalipa bale tulosha umara na ifwe.
Okay, vasikano kuseka vena.
You see, Kalana, this is what I was saying, to say there are other pressing issues in our nation that need attention. The bullying is just but a petty thing. Already the pastor has mentioned of electricity.
Right.
Those are the things people should be sitting down and saying, how are we going to fix these things? You know, unlike concentrating on the bullying. No. I think we are belittling ourselves as leaders. We can do better than that. So a lot of pressing issues in the country that need attention. Such as the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate of our youth. graduates for that matter. The electricity situation. When will load shedding end? When will it end? The fight against COVID, where are we now? What is going to happen after COVID is gone? How are we going to take care of our citizens? Because right now, as I'm speaking, a lot of guys that are doing barbershops, a lot of people that work in these bars, restaurants, they've been affected. How are we going to resuscitate that? They contribute to the economy. The 30 million that has been said to be given to the youth, how is it going to be dispersed? Who is going to benefit? Initially, actually, before the 30 million, there was a 10 million, remember, when the COVID came in. We don't even know what happened to the 10 million. Now there's an issue of the 30 million. So there are a lot of other issues. We need empowerment, serious youth empowerment across our country.
Mr. Ndaba, you were talking about the issue of the Minister of Lusaka Province not...
Constance, speak like you're from having tea. Don't speak like...
The tea is cold, Mwebantu. How can I speak like I'm from which tea? Because this tea is cold.
But in Shiasira, tea muka.
We're saying it's cold.
You know, I'm suspecting something, Constance, with my brother, whatever is going on. Because the way you are talking to
Mr.
him,
Ndaba, what
this is not the way you
what
talk.
tribe are you?
I'm going. Proceed.
No, I want...
He thought maybe you are from somewhere he can take advantage. No, you can't. You can't.
So, you were talking about Lusaka Province Minister.
Yes.
You know, one thing I observed about the minister is that he always reacts as long as you've touched the president. Even though you are saying something, you just don't want... He doesn't want people who are perhaps criticizing His Excellency. I can give you an example of the recent one, the youths. All they wanted perhaps was to be heard. But the minister is the first person who came on board. Do you really think Lusambo would just sit back and watch UPND cadres boo His Excellency and just say, no, I mean it's a democracy?
Constance, are you the one who's just saying Lusambo? I
think for Bowman, to me, he's playing more of Kadaism than that of minister. He needs to separate the two. You need to separate the two. You know, when you are appointed as minister, that's why we also need to separate between the party and government. When you are in government, you are a servant for everyone. The political side should be less, isn't it? The political side should be less. Let others do the politicking. But for me, I would say Bowman Lusambo does not know where to put a line.
We must curtail your submissions. We need to go now. We are under 2 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you so much. I think over and above, to the Patriotic Front, there are more serious issues that the country needs attention. Let us not continue playing gallery to the petty politics. I don't think it's not good for the country.
Right.
The country needs to be focused. We need leaders that are focused to get us out of this situation that we are in now. We are in a mess. We should admit we are in a mess. But we need to get out of this.
Right.
Let us focus our energies towards serious issues that are affecting the country.
All right. As we conclude, some of the messages says those roads they are making. Sure, they cannot even be compared to the roads they store and posted. Wonderful, yeah, sure, it's done, it's gone. Following the discussion, that's Mfune and Kezia Njamba. Mr. Kawana, God bless you, uniting, rare figure. Right. Charity Sampa, watching from Luansha. Nice program. Thank you so much.
It's like Bowman is the conductor.
It's like Bowman is the conductor for this country. His behavior is not acceptable. No. Following the program now and enjoying Kalan, you are looking nice and sound. Thank you. What about Constance?
Not looking nice.
Good work, comrade. Ndavan, pastor, say the truth. Develengama comments. Booing. 1 minute. All right. We need to go. Thank you so much, Constance.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Mr. Ndava, for coming through. Thank you so much to Mr. Tavo Kawana, who was supposed to be here, but we connected via telephone. And of course, I want to say thank you also to Mr. Bowman Lusambo. Where am I thanking him? I'm thanking him because he has declared President Edgar Lungu as the hero of Zambia, that he is the Zambian hero. Now, I don't know what hero means. Hero is somebody who has done. Anyway, Shishibe and Vashimpundu Lusambo, Namotwami Totela Mkwai. Good morning.